On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
Doug Sahm died in 1999 of natural causes after suffering a heart attack while traveling, an ending that underscored the restless, road-bound spirit that defined his life and music. His passing reflected the era's tensions between traditional American roots genres and the rapidly commercializing music industry of the late 20th century. Sahm had always resisted labels, blending country, blues, R&B, tejano, and rock long before such hybrids were celebrated. That independence, creative, cultural, and personal, shaped both the brilliance of his career and the poignancy of his death far from home. Sahm emerged from Texas as a musical prodigy, performing on stage with Hank Williams before he was 10. By the 1960s, he became a central figure in the countercultural shift in American music, guiding the Sir Douglas Quintet to national success with hits that fused Tex-Mex rhythms and British invasion flair. This multicultural, border-blurring sensibility was ahead of its time, reflecting the complex identity of the American Southwest and challenging the rigid genre divisions that dominated radio. His later work with the Texas Tornados redefined what Americana could be, celebrating bilingualism, regional heritage, and musical diversity in a period when these themes were only beginning to enter the mainstream. The immediate consequences of his passing reverberated through the music world. Texas radio stations hosted marathon tributes. Fellow musicians, from Willie Nelson to Los Lobos, publicly honored him as a pioneer who had helped shape the soundscape of modern American roots music. His death did not shift global history, but it amplified his legend within the communities he influenced. With Sahm gone, fans and scholars increasingly recognized how essential he was to the bridge between post-war musical traditions and the rising Americana movement of the 1990s and 2000s. His passing also sparked renewed interest in cultural hybridity in music. As genres continued blending in the digital age, Sahm's work gained retrospective appreciation as a blueprint for artistic freedom, an example of how cultural borders could be crossed, celebrated, and transformed through sound. Ultimately, Sahm's story reveals humanity's ongoing search for identity, belonging, and expression through art. We immortalize figures like him through tribute albums, documentaries, biographies, and the continued performance of the songs that defined their era. In remembering Doug Sahm, we honor a musician who never stopped traveling, experimenting, or connecting people through melody, a legacy that continues to echo across stages and airwaves long after his final journey. Calloway died in 1994 of complications from a stroke, passing at the age of 86 after a career that had spanned the very heartbeat of 20th century American music. His death reflected the challenges of an aging generation of jazz pioneers, figures who had shaped the cultural language of their era, yet often witnessed their art form overshadowed by newer genres. As one of the last surviving icons of Harlem's Renaissance and the swing era, Calloway's passing marked not only the loss of a beloved entertainer, but also the fading of a transformative chapter in American cultural history. Calloway first rose to fame in the 1930s as the charismatic band leader of the Cotton Club, where his electrifying stage presence and signature scat style, immortalized in songs like Minnie the Moocher, helped redefine popular entertainment. At a time when segregation and racial inequality were entrenched in American society, Calloway's success symbolized the power of Black artistry to transcend barriers. His orchestra was among the first African-American ensembles to achieve mainstream fame, and his innovative musical approach influenced countless jazz and swing performers. His career later expanded into film, television, and Broadway, showcasing the flexibility and enduring charm that made him a cultural bridge across generations. When he died in 1994, the immediate response was one of affectionate reverence. Major newspapers, musicians, and cultural institutions emphasized his importance as a connector between early jazz traditions and modern performance styles. The resurgence of interest in swing and jazz during the 1990s further amplified the sense of loss as younger audiences rediscovered Calloway's artistry through archival footage and renewed airplay. His death reinforced the public's recognition of how foundational his work had been to American entertainment, and it deepened the appreciation for the performers of the Harlem Renaissance, who had irrevocably shaped national culture. Calloway's legacy continues to resonate through film tributes, jazz education programs, museum exhibitions, and the ongoing performance of his most iconic songs. His dynamic energy, bold costumes, and unforgettable vocal style have become enduring symbols of an era defined by creativity, resilience, and cultural fusion. Ultimately, his passing reveals humanity's desire to preserve figures who transform the world through art. We immortalize performers like Calloway not only because of their talent, but because their work gives voice to collective joy, struggle, and aspiration. Through memory and commemoration, their influence endures, swinging forward into every new generation. Jim Jones died in 1978 in a violent and tragic mass suicide murder in Jonestown, Guyana, at the age of 47. His death reflected the extreme consequences of unchecked charisma, ideological control, and the era's fascination and fear of cult movements. Jones, a charismatic preacher and founder of the People's Temple, had initially attracted followers through promises of racial equality, social justice, and communal living during the 1960s and 1970s, a period marked by civil rights activism, countercultural experimentation, and widespread distrust of institutions. Yet the same societal currents that empowered him also amplified his capacity for manipulation, ultimately leading to catastrophic outcomes. The immediate circumstances of his death were intertwined with the deaths of over 900 of his followers, many of whom were forced or coerced into ingesting cyanide-laced punch. This horrifying act not only ended Jones's life, but also devastated families, communities, and the broader public, shaking confidence in social and religious organizations. Media coverage of Jonestown's tragedy sent shockwaves across the United States and the world, highlighting the dangers of cults and the vulnerability of individuals seeking belonging amid social upheaval. Jones's violent demise and the scale of loss it entailed cemented his infamy, ensuring that his name became synonymous with manipulative leadership and ideological extremism. While Jones did not leave a positive legacy in art, culture, or history, his death profoundly influenced legislation, psychological study, and media awareness regarding cults and coercive groups. Government agencies and psychologists reevaluated monitoring, intervention, and education concerning extremist organizations, making his death a catalyst for broader societal learning. The Jonestown tragedy became a stark historical lesson in power, obedience, and the fragility of human trust. Reflecting on Jones's passing illuminates humanity's complex relationship with mortality, authority, and memory. In his case, memory serves as both a warning and a study of human susceptibility to charismatic power. Unlike figures immortalized for creativity or virtue, Jones is remembered for the devastating consequences of unchecked influence. Commemoration here takes the form of historical documentation, survivor testimonies, documentaries, and scholarly analysis, methods that preserve lessons rather than celebrate achievement. Through this lens, his life and death underscore the critical need for vigilance, ethical leadership, and the enduring impact that one individual can have on the course of countless lives. Sharon Jones died in 2016 from complications related to pancreatic cancer, passing at the age of 60, after a life defined by relentless passion, perseverance, and musical brilliance. Her death reflected both the fragility of life and the challenges faced by artists who, despite extraordinary talent, often achieve widespread recognition later in their careers. Jones's journey, from church choir beginnings in Augusta, Georgia, to becoming the powerhouse frontwoman of Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, illustrates the dedication required to sustain authenticity in an industry frequently driven by trends and commercial pressures. Jones rose to prominence during the early 2000s when retro soul experienced a revival, blending classic 1960s and 1970s funk and R&B with contemporary sensibilities. Her commanding voice, fierce stage presence, and unwavering commitment to traditional soul resonated with audiences hungry for music rooted in genuine emotion and craft. Her illness and eventual passing brought an outpouring of grief from fans and fellow musicians alike, highlighting how deeply she had connected with listeners over themes of love, struggle, and resilience. The loss of Jones was felt immediately within the soul and funk community, catalyzing tributes that celebrated her authenticity and reminded audiences of the emotional power of live performance. Her death amplified her legend, as retrospectives on her career emphasized not only her vocal prowess, but also her perseverance. Jones had faced numerous setbacks, including years of working outside the spotlight and battling cancer, yet she maintained an unwavering dedication to her art. In this way, her passing elevated her story into one of courage and inspiration, transforming personal struggle into a universal narrative about determination, artistry, and the transformative power of music. Sharon Jones's life and death reveal humanity's enduring fascination with mortality, resilience, and legacy. Her work continues to be immortalized through recordings, posthumous releases, documentaries, and tribute performances, allowing her voice to transcend the limitations of a single lifetime. Through these forms of remembrance, we honor not just the artist, but the spirit she embodied. A reminder that while mortality is inevitable, the emotional and cultural imprint of creativity can endure, inspiring and connecting generations long after an artist's final performance. James Coburn died in 2002 from a heart attack at the age of 74, bringing to a close a career that spanned the golden age of Hollywood, the countercultural 1960s, and the evolving landscape of modern cinema. His passing reflected both the inevitability of mortality and the challenges faced by actors whose careers bridged multiple eras of filmmaking, each with shifting aesthetic tastes, cultural values, and industry expectations. Coburn's life and work embodied the cool, understated style of mid-20th century American cinema, while also navigating the personal and professional pressures of an industry that prized youth and reinvention. Coburn gained fame in the 1960s and 1970s for his roles in films such as The Magnificent Seven, The Great Escape, and Our Man Flint. He became emblematic of a certain masculine archetype, suave, effortlessly charismatic and physically commanding, yet capable of nuance and subtle humor. His performances reflected a period in American cinema when heroism was being redefined, and audiences increasingly valued complexity over traditional stoicism. Beyond his on-screen presence, Coburn's off-screen life included challenges with health and industry typecasting, reflecting broader societal pressures on men in public life to maintain vigor, independence, and relevance. The immediate consequences of his death were felt across Hollywood and among fans who admired his versatility and charm. Tributes highlighted his enduring influence on action and character-driven cinema, as well as his mentorship of younger actors. While his passing did not shift historical trajectories in a broad sense, it amplified his legend as a quintessential figure of mid-century Hollywood cool retrospectives, and posthumous recognition reaffirmed the breadth of his talent, from blockbuster action to subtle dramatic roles, solidifying his place in cinematic memory. Coburn's life and death illuminate humanity's complex relationship with mortality, fame, and cultural legacy. His body of work continues to be celebrated through film screenings, documentaries, and biographical accounts, demonstrating how art preserves presence beyond physical life. By remembering figures like Coburn, society acknowledges not only individual accomplishment, but also the collective cultural moment in which their artistry thrived. Through cinema, interviews, and scholarly study, Coburn's legacy endures, offering both inspiration and insight into the ephemeral yet resonant nature of human creativity. Harold J. Stone died in 2005 of natural causes at the age of 92, concluding a life that had been intricately woven into the fabric of American stage, film, and television. His death reflected the passing of a generation of versatile character actors who helped define mid-20th century entertainment, an era when supporting performers were essential to the depth and realism of storytelling. Stone's career, spanning over 6 decades, showcased the adaptability required to navigate the changing tastes of audiences and the evolving demands of Hollywood, Broadway, and television. Stone began his career in the theater, performing in productions that demanded emotional precision and stage presence. As cinema and television gained prominence, he transitioned seamlessly, appearing in a wide array of genres, from dramas and comedies to westerns and thrillers. His ability to embody complex, often understated characters mirrored the era's growing appreciation for realism and subtlety in performance. Stone's work reflected the values of diligence, professionalism, and craft over celebrity, a hallmark of mid-century acting where character actors provided the backbone of many classic productions. The immediate impact of his passing was a quiet yet poignant recognition within the entertainment community. While not a household name for the general public, his colleagues and devoted fans acknowledged the breadth of his contributions, particularly in television series that shaped American cultural memory. Tributes highlighted his skill, reliability, and the nuanced humanity he brought to each role, underscoring the essential yet often underappreciated influence of character actors in shaping narrative depth. Though his death did not alter the course of history, it amplified his legacy among scholars and enthusiasts of theater and classic television. Retrospectives of his work reinforced the importance of ensemble performance, illustrating how supporting actors like Stone enriched storytelling and helped define the texture of American entertainment. Across decades, Stone's life and death illuminate humanity's relationship with mortality, craft, and remembrance. His enduring impact is preserved through film archives, television reruns, scholarly analysis, and theatrical history, allowing his performances to continue resonating with audiences long after his passing. By commemorating actors like Harold J. Stone, we recognize that artistic legacy is not solely tied to fame, but to the depth, dedication, and authenticity one brings to their work, a testament to how human creativity and memory can transcend the finite span of life. Fritz Feld died in 1993 of natural causes at the age of 97, bringing to a close an extraordinary life that spanned nearly a century of cinematic and theatrical evolution. His passing reflected the quiet exit of a generation of character actors whose work had defined Hollywood's golden era, and whose artistry often provided the subtle charm, wit, and texture that enriched storytelling beyond the leading roles. Feld's longevity and continued engagement with performance underscored a dedication to craft emblematic of his era, a period when versatility and professionalism were valued above fleeting celebrity. Born in Germany, Feld fled the rise of Nazism, eventually establishing a prolific career in Hollywood. He became renowned for his distinctive pop sound gesture and comedic timing, often portraying suave, aristocratic, or fussy characters in both film and television. His career mirrored the transatlantic shifts in cinema during the 20th century, from the European stage to American silver screens, reflecting the challenges faced by émigré actors adapting to new cultural contexts while preserving their unique identity. Feld's roles, while often secondary, highlighted the era's fascination with refinement, social hierarchy, and the interplay of comedy and satire, showcasing how character actors could subtly critique or reflect societal norms. The immediate response to his death was one of quiet reverence within the entertainment community. While Feld may not have been a household name for mass audiences, critics, colleagues, and devoted fans celebrated his immense body of work and the singular charm he brought to countless productions. His passing highlighted the importance of supporting players in shaping cinematic history, reminding audiences that even brief appearances could leave lasting impressions and contribute to a film's cultural resonance. Feld's death amplified his legacy as a symbol of professionalism, longevity, and distinctive artistry. Archives, film retrospectives, and scholarly studies of Hollywood character actors now preserve his influence, illustrating how such performers shaped the tone, humor, and sophistication of an era's storytelling. Ultimately, Fritz Feld's life and passing illuminate humanity's enduring engagement with mortality, memory, and cultural contribution. Through preserved performances, cinematic retrospectives, and discussions of craft, we immortalize figures like Feld, not only for their presence on screen, but for their ability to enrich the collective imagination. His legacy reminds us that the artistry of life and performance extends far beyond individual fame, echoing through generations as part of our shared cultural memory.